Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Do you ever feel like your content is trapped in the Stone Age? I know we do. And what if the secret to total content domination involves some sassy robots, the strategic use of tiny little plastic bricks, and shockingly little actual effort from you? Buckle up because your content is about to go supernova.
Welcome to the city, Mastermind City, a city filled with endless masterminds and limitless possibilities.
And it includes live coaching, Q&As, hot seats, and more.
Hi, I'm Faye Chappell.
And I'm Stacey Maynard, and this is the Hot Topics of the Week, where we bring you a vibrant, uplifting, and inspiring conversation focused on how you can make a lasting impact for yourself and for your business.
For us, this is more than just a business. It's a professional community. So if you're ready to go, you're in the right place. Welcome to the city.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Hot Topics. We are back. This is the podcast that takes all of that business jargon and gives it a little bit of a tweak to make it a little more comfortable for you. So I consider myself a brainiac by day and kind of a stand-up comedian by day. So that way we keep very efficient in what we do.
Absolutely. So I'm Stacey, your friendly neighborhood algorithm whisperer and tech goddess. Yes, I think that's going to be my new title.
Yeah, I like it.
I find joy in making machines do my bidding for me. So today we're going to give you 5 ridiculously simple hacks to make your content the king or queen of 2025.
So let's get right into it. Number 1 is remixing your reality, or doing more with less, right? We talked about this a lot, but you really need to think about stop really reinventing the wheel and start slapping new rims on that bad baby, right? Because Fortune 500 fabulous is what we're aiming for, but basically on a ramen noodle kind of budget.
Absolutely. So just imagine your best piece of content is like that legendary Lego set, right? We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just taking those little pieces and using them differently. So imagine you've built this epic spaceship, basically. And now with a few strategic little moves, it's a race car. It's a magic unicorn. It's that inexplicable alien toilet you've always dreamt about.
Yeah, that's what we hear about.
So just think, for example, right? Again, taking that one piece of content. So a blog post could be 5 secrets to killer cinnamon rolls. An Instagram story could be a steamy close-up of that perfect swirl. And secret number 1 that will change your life, right? A TikTok duet could be showcasing the slow-mo dole roll. ASMR vibes, anyone? And then a tweet could be, my cinnamon rolls are so good because they cause spontaneous acts of joy. Recipe inside, #cinnamon roll goals.
Yeah, right. The secret recipe and all of that is really just lots of butter and denial that it really is not good for your diet. But what we're trying to tell you is this is how you can do more. Your old stuff. So you want to identify your one most amazing piece of content, the Lisa of marketing. You want to chop it into little delicious bite-sized pieces, little content nuggets like chicken nuggets or like Lego blocks, right? But you want to put it, really make it small and edible in your mind, right? And then you want to match each one of these nuggets to its perfect platform, right? So as Stacey had said, that Insta's visual thirst, right? Or TikTok's crazy, chaotic energy.
Yeah.
Or email's personal touch, right? But we want to keep these nuggets in a simple document, right? It's a simple document so that you can do one piece of content, chop it all up like we've told you over and over again.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do today is give you a visual so that you really understand how easy it is.
Absolutely. And then all of a sudden, you're like a content creating ninja without breaking a sweat because you don't need to do separate things for separate platforms.
It is so much easier these days. And every day it gets easier.
Yep, exactly. So tip number 2 basically is befriending the bots. I know we've talked about this a lot before as well, but we're officially inviting our robot overlords to the content creation party.
AI, as we all know, is my new bestie, and it should be yours too. It's a new bestie for brainstorming, for grammar policing, even suggesting emojis. Isn't that really weird? But it does that now. And, it can suggest anything that you can possibly think of. It gets so crazy that your head is about to explode because there's so many ideas. But you want to keep using it, right? So, for example, a fitness guru uses AI to draft ultimate abs at home, right?
And then
and then injects really their own commentary to make it funny, right? Maybe may cause selfies in the mirror or something because you're fixing your apps. But that's what we want you to think about. It can help you achieve that goal of what you want to be perceived at or looked at.
Absolutely. So how do we implement that? Basically, we want you to dip your toe into, and I know a lot of people have at this point, but we really want you to dip your toe into that AI pool with low stakes, right? So ask it for that suggestion and maybe take this and make a punchier headline or a snappier email subject line or witty video subtitles, right? Like whatever that works. But dip your toe in and ask it for those suggestions of maybe of something that you've already started or already created. But make sure you give your AI clear instructions, right? So for example, I don't know, write a tweet announcing our cat yoga class with
That's not happening. Just to let you know, I'm not teaching that one.
My poor cats.
Yeah, I know.
My cats actually like it when I work out in the morning and they do join me on my yoga mat. However, they're not really doing yoga. They're just kind of sitting there watching me, wondering why I'm up so early working out. But here we are. And then edit like a boss. Like Faye said, inject your own personality into it. Don't assume that what's written there is going to match the way that you would say it. And fact check like a maniac, right? Make sure it's truthful. Don't just go, oh, well, that sounds good. Yeah. But is it actually make sense in it as? Is it actually factual? And then, of course, delete any suspicious robotic phrases that maybe you wouldn't say.
Right.
And then track the time you saved and casually drop it into a conversation like the productivity rock star that you are. Efficiency maximized.
Right. Is one of my favorite is or leave everything that's annoying or that's boring because life's way too short to manually post at like 3 a.m. because you have an international audience and they're finally
away. Can you imagine?
A lot of people still do it.
So just imagine your content calendar operating like, remember those old Swiss watches, right? They're like precise, they're reliable. And you don't want to sit there at 3 a.m. and wonder, did I post that? Did that actually go out? Did it go live, right? Just imagine your social post scheduled like clockwork. So you don't have to think about, is it live? Is it not live? Did I do that? And did I not do that? So for example, maybe there's a local bookstore and they schedule their Tuesday book recommendations on Monday.
There's a concept.
Right? And then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to wake up early on Tuesday and think, oh, what book am I going to actually recommend today? That leaves you free. It also leaves your team free to, I don't know, maybe actually read a book.
Right. So how do we implement this? Really brainstorm your top 3 biggest time wasters, right? It might be scheduling, it might be hashtag research, it might be responding to generic questions, whatever it is, but come up with the 3 things that really waste a lot of your time. And then I want you to pick your weapon of choice. And that's one of my favorite songs by Fatboy Slim, by the way. That's my speaking song. So whether it's Buffer or Hootsuite or Publer or MailChimp, whatever it is, look for a weapon of choice and then find that friendly chatbot or whatever you want to be able to really optimize and help you automate, right? It's one simple automation this week. That's what we want you to do. Baby steps. One simple automation. So if you are right now still going ahead and scheduling on each different platform, let's see if you can just once this week schedule it all from one platform and see if it works for you, right?
Absolutely.
And then celebrate your freedom by doing something outrageously unproductive, right? Do anything you want because you've earned it.
Cat yoga?
Yeah. No. Automation is really basically it's kind of like having a personal intern who navigates and doesn't know your ruffles.
And no cat yoga.
No cat yoga.
Okay, so the 4th is we're going to squat up for success. That basically means that you're going to work with your team. But remember, the file names. We've talked about this before, right? That file name madness. We get a lot of complaints from our team that says, stop using copy of copy of copy of copy.
We do that a lot.
And we do that a lot. Or the original, the one I did yesterday was like purple and blue, something template or whatever. And I downloaded it. I had no idea what I was looking for and I can't find it. So my biggest advice to you is ditch the file name madness and actually put what it is in the file so that you can actually find it, so that your team can actually find it.
There you go. And embrace like real-time collaboration tools where really feedback comes instantly, right? Like magical sticky notes that cross your desk. So if, for some of you, you might be using Google Docs and sharing, right? If you're doing a new product launch, you can do Google Docs where you share and everyone can update it at the same time, right? So simultaneously, right? You can brainstorm, you can edit, you can argue, and you can, see somebody else in, like if you use Canva, it works that way too. You can see when somebody's editing. Sometimes you don't like it, but sometimes it actually saves a heck of a lot of time. So if you are collaborating, almost every single tool out there offers collaboration. So why not use it?
Absolutely. It's actually fun.
Yeah.
So if you have been very productive and you want to have some fun, watch a Google Doc be updated or go on Canva and watch them change things around. And as they're doing it, you're like, oh, right. Yeah. That looks way better.
That's what we do when our marketing person goes in and she makes all of our ads and our posts look so much better. And we're like, how did that work?
I'm literally texting Faye on the side going, do you see what she's doing? Oh, I didn't think to move it to the left. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So definitely use those.
Yeah. So again, pick your collaboration tool, again, whether it's Google Workspace, Notion, Teams, which we don't like to talk about, whatever floats your boat. I think tagging, and I think that's the one that I do really like with Google Docs or any sort of Google system, is actually mentioning. I use that at mention, like at Stacy, is this gift too aggressive for our tax advice blog or something crazy like that, right? And then institute a strict no email feedback policy, because this is where good ideas go to die. That's why collaboration tools are so important. It's so much easier when you share that. Like I said, we do it in Canva, we do it in Google Docs, and it's so easy to go here. And then you're all making the same changes on the same document instead of trying to go back and forth on email.
And it's absolutely easier than, sometimes we started sharing like on text threads, right? Or emailing back and forth. But if you actually use the actual document, and there are other, obviously, you guys, I know people are there going, well, what about Slack? And what about, that's not the same, because you're talking, you're chatting, you're sharing documents, but you're not working on the same document. And with this, we want you to work on the same document so that it's easier for you. You can share everything. You can share keynotes and PowerPoints and Google Slides, whatever you want. But then the whole team has one document, right? And it's not, you don't have a copy of copy of copy.
Because the problem is that on something like Slack or an email, what you're doing is you'll take the image and you put in going, is this okay? And then it's like, oh, can you make the changes? But what's the final one that's actually, so in those documents where you're doing collaboration, you can literally go approve and you're done, and you can change that name to final, and then you can actually move on.
And my favorite number 5 is to confess your AI crush, right?
You do. Your AI is your BFF. I literally said that this morning.
Because if your audience suspects that you've been replaced by, your AI leader, then trust goes bye-bye. So you have to embrace AI, but you have to understand the mechanics and how to do it properly.
Yep. And be upfront. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Like, be upfront to say this was created by AI, drafted with some AI sprinkles. Yeah. It doesn't matter, because I think we've moved into, we're trying to hide the fact that AI is being used. No. To now it's, you know what? I got this great idea from AI, or I created this image with a dash of AI. So I think it's really good to embrace that and to be upfront about it and to be honest. So, for example, maybe in your newsletter, you say this email, for example, had a little help from our robotic writing assistants. The humans just added a little bit of pun. Yeah. So I think it's important to be upfront about it, and people are going to go, oh, that's really funny.
Yeah. So, I mean, what everyone has to understand when they're worried about AI is what we keep talking about. The only difference is you used to spend 4 days researching all of that information and then crafting it into your own voice, or not. Some people just could. But you would research, get all these blogs and written material, and then compile it. And the only thing the AI is doing is it's doing it all for you. So it's the exact same thing. You're not doing anything differently. It's just compiling the research for you and saying, here is what you would come up with in 5 days that I took 5 minutes, right? Yeah. So really think about crafting a little short disclosure statement, for example, as part of your brand's voice. If you want to say, hey, I use AI to help me this or that because it's cool and fun, it's no problem. Just cool, tell everyone, right? It really is, it adds to your content. So add it to any other content where AI might play a significant role. So if you say, I've said it before when we've been doing our slides, and I say, hey, most of this, I tell this in our course, mostly AI, because it makes sense. Yeah. Why would I teach AI and not show everyone what it does, right? Exactly. So you can create a fun FAQ page, which really addresses your AI usage, right? So it can turn potential concerns into behind the scenes. So you can say, look, this is what I use. I'm very vocal about all the AIs that I use. I use ChatGPT, Gemini. Those are my 2 big ones, right? But I use so many other programs. So I tell everyone, this is what I created from this program. I mean, last week I created a calculator using Gemini, and it was shockingly good.
Amazing.
So really show your audience that these are real, maybe slightly sarcastic humans behind the screen, because that's where we input our piece, right?
Because it's getting to know you and it's getting to know your voice, which is really cool.
So honesty really is the best policy here. It's the fastest way to go viral by using AI, way faster than everything else you're trying to share. So don't worry about it and understand how to use it.
Absolutely. So here's our challenge to you today. I know that you have something where AI has gone wrong, right? We know it.
We have.
And we want to see it.
Yeah.
So we'd love for you to share your most AI gone wrong moment using the hashtag Hot Topics Fail. And we're going to feature it in our next epic fail episode. Because
we're going to share ours.
We will, because they're hilarious and we want to have the fun with you, right? So, and then what's one automation tool that's currently saving your sanity? Faye has just said she uses a lot. We'd love to hear yours. So tag us at the Mastermind City. And what GIF perfectly captures your reaction when one of your posts explodes?
I hope it explodes.
Exactly. So I'd love for you to share that in the comments as well.
Right. So that's really our top points. Our key takeaways is really your content is like your Lego. You're a Lego master builder, right? So number 1, AI assist, inject human awesomeness into it. Number 2, automate, right? Yep. Automate everything that is boring and you want to just never do again, automate it. And then collaborate in real time, banish email feedback, really get rid of it. Don't accept it. The best thing you can do is say, we don't collaborate here like that, right? And so every time you do, we're not going to look at it. And then disclose your AI adventures, right? Yeah. Build trust, earn loyal fans. Just pick one of the things that we talked about today and run with it. Your future, less stressed self will send you really happy high fives for it. You'll be well on your way to enjoying a much more productive life.
Absolutely. So if you've absolutely nailed it, tag us. We love to see the content where AI really, really worked for you. Maybe an automation really worked for you. Any of these tips that we've given you today have really worked for you. Send it to us, tag us. We'd love to see those success stories.
So that's the spicy wrap up for today's episode of Hot Topics. If we managed to make your business sound vaguely entertaining, so I want you to hit the subscribe button, leave us a review. It's our digital love language.
Thanks for joining us here at the Mastermind City. You don't have to say goodbye because there are other ways that you can join us.
If you like what you've heard today, then join our professional networking community, and it's absolutely free. where you can be part of our global community to build relationships, grow your business, and access live training, or learn more about how you can get year-round access to not only us, but to all our endless masterminds.
So just go to themastermind.city and we'll see you in the city.